Hello everyone, I hope you are doing really well and having a lovely day. I'm here with an unboxing. It feels a bit strange. I feel like lots has happened and I need to try and get myself back into the May box zone. So if you have been following along for a little while, you will know that the weekend just gone was our jeans making weekender, our first workshop in our studio. It was very exciting. Charlotte Newland came and taught me and 4 other lovely ladies how to make jeans for the weekend, and it was great. I did film some bits and pieces, so I will try and make a little video that will be coming up hopefully next week. So but I didn't actually have that much time to film anything, so you get so engrossed in the actual sewing. And 3 days was just enough. We managed to finish just in time, which was really interesting actually. Anyway, I will talk more about that later because today it's the unboxing day. I've got the boxes here to show you. Yeah, so they went out a week ago. Today is Tuesday and they went out last Monday. Lots of lovely comments on Instagram and Facebook and on my emails, which always just makes me so happy to hear so many lovely comments. I love it when people tell me this is my favorite box ever, because it's always really interesting to see how, you know, everyone's different tastes and everything. So the boxes, I have here the classic box and I will give you a little insight. So the theme, I think, actually tripped a few people up this month. It's a little bit obscure maybe. So the theme was, or is, the Darling Buds of May. You might think that that would be a floral theme if you don't know about the TV programme, The Darling Buds of May. It was released in the 90s. It was an ITV programme in the 90s. It was quite a short series. It was set in the 50s. Stars David Jason and Catherine Zeta-Jones, a very young Catherine Zeta-Jones. And it was one of my, it still is really one of my favourite TV programmes. I love the aesthetic of the 50s. I love the outfits, and the programme is just such a delight to watch. If I'm at home feeling unwell, I will put the Darling Buds of May on because it just perks me right up. I feel so good watching it. It's so wholesome. It's one of those Sunday evening, easy family viewing programs. It's so wholesome. It's so lovely. Don't get me started on the remake though. There was a remake this year or last year, recently, very recently. I didn't like it. I watched an episode and a half and gave up. But anyway, we won't talk about that. So if you've never seen it before, which probably a large majority of you haven't, this box needs a bit of an explanation. I've actually been thinking about this box for about a year actually, since last May, and I was like, the word May and the month and Darling Buds of May all sort of clicked. And I wanted to go for a 50s theme because the programme is set in the 50s. And I love the 50s aesthetic and I love the programme. I thought I would join them all together and create a 50s themed box. So that's what this was supposed to be. So yeah, everything needs a little bit of explanation. But luckily, I think whether or not you know what on earth I'm talking about, the boxes all looked so beautiful. All the fabrics came together perfectly and it's a gorgeous box. So whether you get the reference or not, doesn't matter really. The box is gorgeous. I'll just quickly tell you, this is my very first Myosotis dress made. You've probably seen this before if you've been around for a long time. This is quite an old make. This is about 3 years old. Does anybody else think of time and when they made something as like pre-pandemic or post-pandemic? This was made in 2019, therefore I know that it's about 3 years old. And this was a luxury box fabric picked up by the Fold line. This was from the Palm Springs box 2019 that I did in collaboration with the Fold line. and it's still one of my favourite dresses. And now that the weather is nicer and the sun sort of come out, we've had some pretty big thunderstorms and lots of rain lately, but generally it's warmer. It's warmer. So that's what this dress is. And I love it. Anyway, so every box gets a magazine, and in the magazine there's always a little introduction for me, and I've changed the picture this month. This is my Pauline Alice Ibby dress that I don't think I've shown you, but I probably talked about it, and if you're on Instagram you can see it there. And Pauline Alice is actually the pattern in the luxury boxes this month. Not the Ibby dress, sadly, because that needs about 5 meters of fabric, but there we go. Next up, we've got an interview with Kate and Rachel from the Fold line about the Sewing Weekender, and I realised, rather ridiculously, I didn't put the date of the Sewing Weekender on. I think it's actually this coming weekend. I feel like it's coming up pretty soon. What an idiot. Anyway, I'll link to that below so that you can have a look. Then we've got the make of the month, which was from Sally, who made a Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress using the cotton poplin from March, the big spot and flower one. And I have seen so many gorgeous makes cropping up on Instagram and Facebook with those fabrics, which is actually, I can't get my words out today, absolutely lovely. I'm not going to show you the 3 boxes, 3 makes, because that will be up on the blog in the coming weeks. The Fat Quarter project will also be up on the blog in a few weeks' time. And I will show you this because I want to talk a little bit about this. So Tamlin made this absolutely gorgeous oven mitt using the Fat Quarters this month. Tamlin and I have been talking. We haven't quite finalised the plans, but we are going to start doing very soon, maybe in June, a Fat Quarter live sew along on YouTube once a month with the Fat Quarter projects as a way of building up your Christmas present stash. Because if you are anything like me, it's sort of September, October, and you think, oh, I'm going to make all of the things for my family and friends for Christmas, and then it gets to the 24th of December and you realise you haven't done any of them. So I thought once a month we would do a Fat Quarter sew along using the Fat Quarters in the boxes or the project that month, hopefully. I have thought about the oven mitt, but actually I think the oven might be a 2-parter. So we're going to start in June. I don't know what Tamlin's doing yet, so we'll find out. And yeah, what do you think? So I will put the Fat Quarter project up on the blog with enough time for you to get all your materials and everything that you need ready, and then we'll do a Fat Quarter sew along a week or 2 later, and that way you don't have to have these particular Fat Quarters each month to do it. So then we have my little links, just a few things that I've been watching and reading and doing lately. Then the profile is with Joanne, who is Hello Jo Sews on Instagram, and has been signed up to the Classic Box since April 2020 and has made some gorgeous things. We have a discount code from Pauline Alice. Like I said, Pauline Alice is the pattern in the luxury box this month, and you can, subscribers can get 15% discount across the whole site, including fabric and haberdashery. So yes, I have started sort of chatting to the designers. This is a new feature in the magazine actually, putting a little bit more about the pattern and the pattern company each month, which is really nice. Then we have pattern picks from the Fold line, just a few ideas that you can make. The Makers Gallery, all the gorgeous, incredible things you lot have been up to in the last month or so. And then the What's in the Box in the back. So that's the magazine. Let's dive into the classic box I have here first. So this is how it looks. Blah. Gorgeous. So we're thinking 50s, okay? We have tea. because everybody drinks tea, obviously. The Ever So English Breakfast Tea from Joe's Tea Company in this cute little box. It's a bag, it's a tea bag, but it comes in this really sweet little box as well. So there's no plastic packaging, which is always really nice. And it's very tasty tea. I've had quite a few of those. Then, I don't know about you, but when I think of 50s, I quite often think of polka dots. So every box has 2 meters of this beautiful blue ribbon with pink polka dots. And I love using ribbon in unexpected places. So quite often if you're using jersey, you need a bit of ribbon to stabilize the shoulder seams. If you're making something and you want to put a little, not like a finishing touch, I guess, you could use a little piece of that as like a label or a hanging loop in something, in bags, drawstring, instead of a drawstring, things like that. Plus, I don't know about you, I have a glass jar full of trimmings and things, and it just is pretty. It's just very pretty. I just like it. Every box also has, sorry about the cars, it's quite busy outside today, has a 100-meter reel of Gutermann thread, which I always think is the best quality thread. Then, oh, where's the packaged up one? Here we are. So I've taken some out of the packaging. Lovely, lovely Victoria from Little Rosy Cheeks got in touch a little while ago to ask if we could work together on an exclusive design for something. And she's been thinking about creating some iron-on patches. These are not available on her website. She hasn't released any iron-on patches. So subscribers to SewHayleyJane boxes are the very first to get Little Rosy Cheeks iron-on patches, which is very exciting. I told her I was creating a Darling Buds of May box. She got very excited about it and created these. So it comes in this packaging with instructions on the back, but I will show you the unpackaged ones. So this has a reference to the programme, The Darling Buds of May. The main character, David Jason's character, is Pop Larkin, and his catchphrase is perfect. Everything is perfect. And so Victoria took that and created these iron-on patches that say "So Perfect." Is that coming up? I don't know if that's showing nice enough. If it isn't, I'll put a picture here. And yeah, so they're iron-on, so they've got the sort of iron-on bit on the back and beautiful designs around the front as well. So there's 2 in every pack, and they would be perfect. Pop on a pocket or a bag or the back of your inside, like a label or something like that. Though I imagine that might be a little bit scratchy if it's back there. But yeah, bags, pockets, have it on display, don't hide it away. So 2 of those, and they are gorgeous. The fat quarters this month, I'm so pleased that we've got these because like I said, I saw these quite a few months ago, and it's always a gamble whether there's going to be enough left for me to get them for the boxes, but there was, hallelujah. So one of the very early episodes of The Darling Buds of May, I think it's episode 2, the whole family goes strawberry picking, and I love that episode. I think it's very funny. So like I said, it's just so lighthearted. So when I saw these with the sort of this gingham is very 50s, and then they had this one which is like berry picking. So the collection is called Berry Picking. Oh no, it's not, Berry Patch, sorry. The collection is called Berry Patch from Craft Cotton Company. I'm sorry if I sound a bit nasally, by the way. I have had the worst cold in history. This is like the clearest I have sounded for about a week and a half. So I apologise for that. Look at this! Isn't it so cute? I love it. So it's called Berry Patch, and you've got cherry picking signs, berry field signs, berry patch, things like that. And I just love it. So this reminded me of that sort of, it's got that sort of vintage feel to it. And it reminded me of that episode of The Darling Buds of May. And I think altogether this has a very 50s feel to it as well. So we've got the gingham. We've also got this green one, which is just a blender, and it hasn't got an actual pattern apart from the stripes, but it's just kind of like a blotchy pattern. That sounds worse than it is. It's really lovely. And then this one has blueberries. Love blueberries. I have blueberries probably every day. Best fruit. And there's a fifth one as well, which I'll show you. That's in the luxury box. So I absolutely love these fat quarters, and I definitely want to make I actually want to make them for myself. The oven mitts out of this fabric. I think it will just brighten up the kitchen so nicely. So those are the fat quarters. Then the main fabric this month, there were two different versions. There was this one, which is a cotton poplin. It's got a very dark navy blue background, and it's got cherries all over it. And then the other one is exactly the same colours, the dark navy blue background, and that has strawberries on it. So I will show you that in a minute. I have already seen a couple of really gorgeous outfits made using this. Someone's made the Megan Nielsen overalls. I feel like that's what they were. They're a shorts, dungaree kind of pattern, and that looks absolutely gorgeous in this. I've also seen a shirt dress made in this as well. I'm not sure which pattern it was, but absolutely gorgeous. So 2.5 meters go in the classic box. It's fairly wide actually for a cotton. Actually, it says, does it say in the magazine? Should say it is 144 centimeters wide. So yeah, it is quite wide for a cotton poplin, which is nice. I've just noticed that there's that fabric to bring it up a bit, boost up. Actually, I'm taking that one home with me. That's from last month, and I spotted it before it went in the boxes because it had a little hole in it. So I was taking that home. I need to take that home to wash. So I'm going to pop that down there to remind me. So yes, cotton poplin, love it. Then I'll show you, actually I have the mini box here. I don't often have any mini boxes left over actually. So you get, the mini box is kind of what it says on the tin, a mini version of the classic box with a little bit, it's a bit smaller. So you've got the magazine, the tea, the ribbon, 3 fat quarters, and then 1 meter of the main fabric. And I can show you the strawberry fabric here. So there you go, that's the strawberry version, and it's so sweet. I love how they've sort of caught the sunlight to sort of make them look really juicy as well. So I love that. They've kind of done the same with the cherries too. But yes, there you go. Those are the 2 fabrics. Love those. Then onto the luxury box. Put that down here. Over here. Ta-da! Ta-da! The luxury box. So, in the luxury box you have the thread before that rolls away, the tea, the ribbon. Can I just say how beautifully wrapped up the ribbon was this month. My I think I mentioned on my week in the life video that my lovely mum and dad have started working for me, which is quite nice. It's very nice actually. They're both retired. My mum has only just retired from 40 odd years in nursing, and they are coming and helping me out a little bit more. So they I think my dad cut and my mum folded the ribbon and it's just beautifully done, I have to say, absolutely beautiful. Then we have the 5 fat quarters, and the 5th one that I didn't show you before is this one that has just all the berries. You've got raspberries, strawberries, blackberries and blueberries, which honestly just looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? Okay, then the pattern this month is the Pauline Alice Cami Dress. Somebody did mention it's called the Cami Dress, but it's not a cami top or a camisole. But it is a really gorgeous 50s-ish style shirt dress. So there's two versions. This one is slightly more fitted and this one is a bit looser in the bodice. You can see this one, or you can see on the line drawings that this one has darts, waist darts in the bodice, so that gives it the slightly more fitted look. Just noticed my nails. And then this one's a bit looser. They've both got a gathered skirt. This one only has buttons down the bodice, and then this one's got buttons all the way down as well. And you can choose long sleeves or short sleeves, and they're both absolutely gorgeous. She's actually re-released this. This was one of Pauline's very first patterns, and then it got re-released in a slightly bigger size range. So that's what we've got, and that's always really nice to see. And then the fabric. So I actually have quite a funny story about this fabric. This was originally intended for the March Spring Has Sprung boxes, but it wasn't going to arrive on time. And actually, as these things do, it all worked out better than I had hoped for. We had the gorgeous Lady McElroy Magenta Haven viscose in those boxes, which is the one that I showed you just now that I made my Pauline Alice Ibby dress. So that ended up working perfectly, and this fabric actually works so much better in this box. So it's interesting, isn't it, that these things all have a way of working out. This is a fabric from Rooted, and it's from their Simply Springy collection, and it is a absolutely stunning crisp white cotton poplin with this wavy leaf print running along the width of the fabric. And it is just absolutely gorgeous. I love how crisp it is. I cannot wait to use this myself. Somebody, was it Adele on YouTube, So Serenity, I think her YouTube name is, she actually thought she might make pajamas out of this, and I think, oh, I think that would be amazing. Gorgeous white pajamas. Yes, very luxurious. But I also think, obviously, that it would look amazing as a shirt dress for a special occasion. Just don't sit down on the grass. You will get a very green bottom. So yeah, I'm so excited to see what you guys make out of this. Laura made a really gorgeous shirt dress, and she used some plain green cotton as well to sort of highlight some accents, which I think was a really nice idea. So there we have the May boxes. How are we in May already? I just don't know. It's insane. I have already started receiving a few bits and pieces, sort of, or holding down a few bits and pieces for the June boxes. The website is open for new subscribers who want to get their first box in June. If you are already subscribed, you don't need to do anything. Your subscription will roll over every month. But if you are new and you would like to subscribe, you have until the 25th of May to subscribe in time to get your first box in June. It is looking really, really gorgeous. I am getting very excited about the June boxes, and I can't wait to get them out. So yeah, website's open for new subscribers. The other thing I want to tell you is I am doing my first sort of workshopy markety thing, which I'm really excited about. If you are in Hampshire, Gosport in Portsmouth on the 28th and 29th of May, there is at a place called Fort Brockhurst going to be a makers market. I think it's going to be pretty big. And my lovely, lovely friend Katie is organising the event, and I am going to be in a little room. I've got Bruna helping me, and Laura, who is the Specky seamstress, is coming to help as well. And we're going to be hosting a scrunchie making workshop. I know if you're already signed up to the boxes, you're probably thinking, Scrunchies, that's a bit easy, but we are showing people how to use the fat quarters and sewing machines. And you don't need an iron to make scrunchies. I really didn't want to take irons with me to something like this because health and safety. So yeah, if you are in Gosport on that weekend, I would love you to come and say hello, even if you're not thinking you want to do the workshop. But I would just really love to meet you and to come and say hello. So if you're subscribed, don't be shy, come and say hello. I would absolutely love to meet you. And yeah, I'm so excited. We have sewing machines from Janome that we've now rented for a year, so we need to start making use of them. Anyway, enough blabbering. Like I said, the website is now open for new subscribers. If you like this video, please give it a little like. And if you aren't already subscribed to my YouTube, I would love you to do that as well. Have a fantastic week, everyone, and I will see you all really soon. Bye. Do I look weird without glasses? Just giving them a clean. Okay.